Assalamu alaikum dear students, hope you are fine. Our today's topic for discussion is Love Across the Salt Desert, written by Kike N. Daruwala. This is lesson number 11 of 12th class English Junior 2nd. In today's lesson, we will discuss character sketch of Fatima, character sketch of Najab, and some text questions. Now, character sketch of Fatima. Dear students, Fatima is the heroine of Kike and Daruwala's Love Across the Salt Desert. She is referred to as Hur, a paragon of heavenly beauty. She is bestowed with such a captivating beauty as to be able to drag Najab, a lifelong reticent, shy, and diffident youth, of his stand. She is the only daughter of the wily old clothes seller and smuggler of Sindh. Having lost her mother quite early, she manages the domesticity quite appreciably. She is under a lot of pressure from Kalisha to marry Mahfuz Ali, a far-off relative from her mother's side, a proposal she abhors as Mahfuz Ali is notorious for his slurred speech and stammers so much so that urchins mimic him and get ready to hound him like a madcap. Fatima falls in love with Najab at the first sight, and it is so it is so profound and strong that she gets ready to abandon her father, her country, and everything else and run away with Najab, another far off relative from her mother's side, hailing from Indian part of desert. Fatima entices and tears Najab, and he flings his arms around her. As she elopes with Najab, she does not care for the village and country she is leaving for good. For her, it means just a shift in dialect. Fatima's stepping on to the soil of Khawda is taken as ominous by Khawdan's torrential rains pour down the moment she steps in, thus ending 3 long years of death-dealing drought. This was character sketch of Fatima. Now character sketch of Najab. Dear students, Najab is a handsome and dynamic young man. In the early part of the story, he is a very shy, introvert, and diffident boy. He is being known to blush at a mere mention of a girl. He had eyes which were dreamy. Neither of his peers ranked him among the braves. Also, his father often worried that the boy would lose everything he had and his ancestors had earned. He says, all that my ancestors and I have acquired during 100 years, this lad will squander away not because he is a spendthrift, but he will be too shy to charge money for what he sells. He found him too shy to be able to demand what he might do for money. Najab proves all his critics wrong after his first encounter with Fatima, who sparked a flame of love in him. Najab turned to be a bold, confident, and determined hero for a romantic movie. He proves to be very daring and brave. He does not care for his safety in order to be able to meet his beloved. He turns out to be the confident and courageous. He faces all odds but does not give up hope, and untimely he is successful in his mission. He wins his love. Najab keeps his word. He gives a promise to Fatima that he would come back. Fatima also encourages him as she does not want to marry Mahfouz Ali. Najib shares his plan of elopement with his mother. He does not lose heart. He manages to stage the drama of business and elope despite all the dangers. He truly acts on the proverb, only the brave deserve the fear. He truly acts on the proverb, only the brave deserve the fear. Najab is a true hero. He falls in love with Fatima. It is love at first sight. Fatima responds to his love. She remains faithful to him. Finally, he marries her and brings her home. Now, questions. Question number first. Describe how Najab followed Kalisha and brought Fatima house. Describe how Najab followed Kalisha and brought Fatima house. Answer. Najab had fallen in love with Fatima. He reached her house facing all difficulties and leading his life into danger. He had been chased by police also. He was able to win the confidence of Kalisha by tempting him with a gold bangle. He assured him that he had come for business of clothes for gold. While Kalisha was busy arranging clothes for him, he was successful in befalling Kalisha. He brought Fatima in his village Khawda on his camel Allah Rakha. Thus Najib was able to befall Kalisha and bring Fatima his love to his home. Now question is, why did Najib Hussain cross the Ran of Kutch alone? Why did Najib Hussain cross the Ran of Kutch alone? Answer. Najib visited Pakistan with his father for business purpose. During one of such visits, he fell into love with Fatima, the daughter of Kalisha, the clothes seller. Najib promised to visit her alone with no father or uncle. He made up his mind. He did not tell anybody except his mother. The mother gave him a golden bangle and her blessings. On his way, he faced many obstacles but crossed the international boundary for the sake of him to bring his love to his motherland. Now the question is, why the lesson has been entitled, this is question number first, why the lesson has been entitled Love Across the Salt Desert. Why is the desert called a salt desert? Why the lesson has been titled Love Across the Salt Desert? Why the desert is called a salt desert? Answer. The lesson has been titled Love Across the Salt Desert because a lover from India crosses the international border, entered in the territory of Pakistan and got his bride. Because the lesson has been entitled Love Across the Salt Desert because a lover from India crosses the international border. It is not across, it is crosses the international border, entered in the territory of Pakistan and got his bride. While staying at Kalisha's house, Najib had fallen in deep love with his daughter Fatima and had promised her that he would come again and take her away. He fulfilled his promise and eloped with her. That is, the desert is called a salt desert because it is very difficult to cross. Now the question number second. Aftab asks Najib, have you bought anything? Do you think Aftab was happy when he saw Fatima? Answer. Aftab was very worried about the safe arrival of his son Najib. He was very happy when he saw his son along with Fatima, though he does express happiness on his face. Question 3. The story ends with the coming of rain that swept years of drought. Do you think that helps Fatima in being welcomed into her new home? Answer. The drought in Kutch had lasted for 3 successive years, and everything was badly affected. But with the arrival of Fatima in the village, the clouds burst and the drought ended. The people heaved a sigh of relief. This helped a lot to her in being welcomed into her new home. The people of the village still consider her arrival auspicious and a symbol of love across the border. Now the question is for how does the drought affect the following: earth, camel, oxen, cattle? Answer: earth. The earth cracks and it looks as if chunks of it are being baked in a kiln. Now the camel. The camel alone survives the drought comfortably. Oxen. The oxen dies. Cattle. The cattle became thin and emaciated. The question number 5. Why was Najib's father worried about Najib's future? There are two reasons that made Najib's father worried about Najib's future. First, his son had crossed the border without taking Zaman into confidence. He thought that Zaman might harm his son, for it was not easy to cross the border without his support. Second, he feared that he would grow too much shy to charge the money on what he would sell, and as such would spend wastefully everything whatever his ancestors and he had acquired during 100 years. Now question number 6. Why was a visit to Kala Dongar important for the people of Khavda? Answer: a visit to Kala Dongar was important. Visit to Kala Dongar was important for the people of Khavda because they would go there for seeking the blessings of the Panchami Pir, who had left his footprints on the hill over hundreds of years ago, along with trotting this salt desert and serving the people. Thank you very much.